I can see those soldiers. I can see them now in their uniforms, throwing these sweets. Yeah. And with the chewing gum, I wasn't bothered about that. It was the sweets. Yeah, it was. I think it's a thing that you don't forget. It's always stuck in my mind.
Describe this photograph for us.
Right.
What's going on?
How that happened was after all the Tommies, I call them Tommies, after they all arrived and all the excitement of throwing sweets and I think it was chewing gums or something or other, they wanted to do this march. So they sort of all got together and I was in it, so off we went. And then we landed up by the town church.
You lived at Bow Lane at the time, you were telling me. And
I lived at the top of the Bow Lane.
Yeah. And you'd already spent a lot of the morning on the harbour front with your brother, right?
With my brother, yes. Yeah. We were both there watching the boat coming in. Don't ask me what it said on the boat because we were too excited at the time, jumping about. And what you could see, because all the grown-ups and we couldn't quite see properly. And then they all marched off of the boat towards, and we sort of backed off towards the Royal Hotel, and back towards Bow Lane. And they were throwing sweets and everything else, but there was so many people. And bearing in mind, I was only a little at the time, 5 years old, so you couldn't quite see sometimes. And then in all the crush and the rush of people moving about, my brother got knocked down and he was hurt, so they carried him up Bow Lane to where we lived at the top of the Canishers there.
Did somebody explain it to you that you were free now?
Well, yes. They said the Germans would be going away out the way because the war was ended. But I don't think as a child I was brought up in it, so I didn't know any different. Yeah. Other than we were restricted where you could go. You couldn't go on the beach, things like that. But as I say, the Germans were everywhere.
And you could see that all the adults were happy, and that was probably enough.
Oh, golly, yes. And I mean, people were celebrating sort of to the early hours of the morning. I was asleep, I suppose. By that time, I would have been whacked out. Yes. My uncle, he couldn't join in the celebrations because he had lost so much weight that he was ill. So he had to stay with us for a short while. So just to go, just to show people didn't have anything much to eat. We knew what baked cabbage was. Oh, it was horrible. Yeah. But I didn't know what bread was.
Everyone talks about the amazing white bread that suddenly came.
I was going to say. I mean, I just didn't know what it was. It was very, very strange to see that, but it was nice. Yeah. And you're looking at that, I didn't look too bad. I didn't look, I didn't look sick or anything.
No, you look reasonably healthy.
Yes. Yeah. It must have been all the cabbage. Yeah. All the cabbage that we had. Yeah. Oh dear.